Hey, it's Rider Club Radio, the only podcast about the 90s superhero television series Spider-Man.
Jeff.
On this week's episode, we do the Shocker series.
Jeff,
What?
before we say anything else, I'd like to start this episode of Rider Club Radio with a moment of silence.
Okay, I understand. Here's our moment of silence for the loss of the only character that made me really interested in this series. The Shocker. Man, I can't fucking believe that Dangerous Zombie Man Dan, is fucking dead already.
I know. Oh, I'm Liam and he's Jeff, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I'm Jeff and he's Liam. Also, this podcast isn't really about Spider-Man.
Yeah, we should probably get that out of the way, too, if anyone's listening for the first time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. I played a joke.
You made it funny. Jeff and I had both different openers planned, and we did not plan it at all.
No, that's why it was so disjointed and unfunny and unenjoyable. So, okay. This week we watched Kamen Rider Ex-Aid episode 23 and Kamen Rider Faiz episodes 23, 24, and 25?
I think it was 25, 26, and 27. Or maybe 24, 25, and 26.
I will open up my thing right now and
we
tell
can
you.
dispel this mystery right now.
It is 25, 26, and 27.
Wow, we're far through that show.
Yeah, we are blazing. 3 episodes a week will get you there pretty quick.
Yeah, apparently.
But Liam, why don't you recount the sad goings-on from Kamen Rider Ex-Aid episode 23.
Okay, so Ex-Aid 23. So Dan has holed himself up inside the Genmu Corporation building. As you saw last episode, he's stuck himself up there. He's surrounded by bugsters, and Dr. Kyotaro calls everyone and says, hey, you CR riders are going to lose your jobs if you don't get rid of Dan. Because he was in your custody and you let him go. So if you don't take care of
this is the most realistic moment in the entire series, where they face real-life repercussions for their fucking complete fuck-up.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, if you're not doing this, we're taking your fucking belts away. You're gonna lose your doctor's license. The camera, funny enough, focuses right on Snipe. Like, he's like, I don't give a shit. You can
I love that.
And take my belt.
Like, he seems perturbed by it or something, but, like, shouldn't he just be like, who fucking gives a shit? I don't work here.
Oh no, they're gonna take my doctor's license away. What'll I do?
What'll I do? It's not like I work in an abandoned hospital anyway.
Never sterilized or anything. So there's like they got the SWAT team, they got snipers posted on the rooftops outside of Genmu Corporation. And
yet
Dan is
no one fires a single gun.
No
They're
one,
all holding guns, and Dan walks out right in front of them and transforms, and not one of them fires a gun.
No one tases him, no one blows his brains out, no one runs up and hits him with a nightstick or something. They just watch him as he walks out.
No. Nobody fires tear gas in or anything.
No tear gas? Like, maybe if he had hostages, okay, but no, he just strolls out and they're like, whoa, hang on, let's see where this goes. Hold your fire,
Wait a minute,
everyone.
He's holding up a video game. Let's see what happens.
Maybe this is a complex surrender tactic. Don't do anything.
He turned into a zombie. Hold your fire. Hold your fire, everyone. He's a zombie.
Everyone knows
you can't kill
shoot
zombies with guns.
Yeah, don't waste your bullets, Lieutenant. So he starts kicking everyone's ass. He's beating up all the cops. And the riders come. They're like, well, we gotta do this. We're gonna lose our jobs. So they all go to help the cops. There's a big fight. Big fight in front of the Genmu building. But they can't... Everyone gets their asses kicked because Genmu is still invincible. He still has Dangerous Zombie. So Brave says, here, look, I was reading through Curious Shit, and he said, you were special, Emu, so you have to use this ridiculous Gashat. You're the only one. So Emu takes it, and he uses it, and after clicking it open and closed a billion quintillion times, he finally, taps into the bugster inside of him, I guess, and activates it.
Brave is like, are you gonna let this be the end of you? Did Kiria die for nothing? And he's like, fucking Kiria, I love that man!
My favorite best friend.
He's the man I love more than any other. And then he transforms into, I don't even fucking know.
He turns into his Hulkbuster form.
Yeah, he turns into the Hulkbuster if it was drawn by, a 6-year-old with crayon. Which I guess is the point.
It's gold, and it's got gold spikes on it. And his little head poking up.
His head is his chest.
He's got eyes. He's got eyes that shoot lasers. So he's he turns into Hulkbuster.
Dude, there is a shot, right? That is the funniest fucking shot in the series to me so far.
Okay.
Where, like, Hulkbuster Ex-Aid is moving towards Dangerous Zombie and, like, punching him over and over, but it's super obvious that he's on, like, a tram, just being pushed.
Yeah.
Because his lower body isn't moving whatsoever, and he's just gliding across the screen.
Because how the fuck are you supposed to move wearing that suit? Are you supposed to, like, is it possible to walk?
It looks like he's trying several times. I don't know if he ever does.
I wonder if that's Takaiwa in there, or if they got someone else.
I don't know. Someone was talking about this before, that, like, Takaiwa keeps getting put in fucking, like, costumes that are gonna break his back apart.
Yeah, that's why I think it's not him. He's getting old. The guy could barely handle Kiva. I don't think he can handle this.
Well, Kiva's thing was that it was, like, too tight.
I thought it was because the huge chest piece put all the weight on his shoulders.
Yeah, there was no, like, weight distribution. It was all on the shoulders.
Because he had that giant fucking chest piece on it.
But anyway.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Right, he fights, and he uses... Because remember, last episode, they discovered that ability to overwrite Gamma abilities, like to fuck up Bugster DNA.
Yeah, that's what
Gamma? To overwrite Bugster DNA.
Genmu abilities, right?
That's what I meant, yes, Genmu abilities. So, Ex-Aid uses it to overwrite the invincibility of Dangerous Zombie. He gives him his life bar back and then beats the shit out of him, but he doesn't kill him. He says, Dan, I know you're good.
Literally everyone is like, why aren't you murdering him? Why didn't you just fucking kill him in cold blood?
Dan, I know you're good. You can be good. And Dan says, fuck you, and he escapes. And everyone, like, just like you said, why didn't you kill him? I moved Jesus.
Why didn't you rip his fucking heart out? Why did you let him leave?
You know what? Hongo would have kicked him until he was dead. Hongo would have kicked him, and then he would have fell down and exploded.
Well, Hongo wouldn't have had to have done anything after that first, like, final attack. They always explode and die after that.
Yeah,
even if he wanted them not to die afterwards, they don't. They just die.
He'd land and be like, wait, oh shit!
Wait, fuck, I didn't mean!
So, of course, Dan escapes. There's no redeeming him. He shoots a bunch of Bugster gas and runs off. And infects a whole bunch of people because he needs these last couple Bugsters to complete Chronicle. So he infects a bunch of people with the new Bugster. They catch up to him again. They're like, Dan, what the fuck? But Parrot, first of all, talks to Emu and he says, Emu, you have to kill Dan. It's the only way. You gotta murder him.
And Emu's like, yeah, murder. I didn't even think of that.
Making some sense here, Parrot. So he goes to fight him. And again, there's a big fight. And then Ex-Aid uses the Bugster... fucking gene therapy technique to erase the Bugster antibody from Dan, so now he can't transform. Like, it undoes the surgery, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So Dan says, oh, no, I'm undone. And was like, yep, not gonna kill you, you just can't transform now. It's an Avatar The Last Airbender solution.
Yeah, I want you to have your smile back. I know you're just a man who loves video games. You're definitely not a psychopath who murdered my friend.
And Dan says, no, I'm a fucking bad guy. And then Parrot comes and fucking kills him in cold blood. Just gives him a lethal dose of Bugster.
And Parrot's just all, like, happy about it. He's like, you can't just not kill the villain. The video game doesn't end then.
That's not how video games work. Clearly Parrot has never played an RPG.
No.
He just fucking murders this guy. And the guy goes, Dan. He's like, and he goes he turns into pixels just like Kiria did. So you know he's dead. And that's it. He's done. That's the end of the episode. Jeff, what did you think of Kamen Rider Ex-Aid episode 24?
23.
23.
Liam, this was the worst episode of Kamen Rider in all of history because Dan dies. This is literally the bottom of the worst forever.
I think, you know what, Jeff? I think you're exaggerating just a tad.
You know, you're right. You're right. It was actually a good episode. It wasn't great.
I loved it.
I thought it could have been... It was so predictable. Like, as soon as Parrot was like, hey, Emu, you should kill him, or whatever, I was like, alright, Parrot's gonna punch him in the gut and he'll die.
Well, he kind of does. He gives him a lethal dose of the Bugster.
He punches him in the gut first.
That's true. I forgot about that.
It's, I mean, it wasn't great, but it was a good episode. I just felt like Dan deserved a better death.
I liked Dan's death. I liked I liked the lead up to Maximum Gamer. Obviously, Maximum Gamer's a crock of shit.
Yeah, what a stupid ass looking costume. I get it, right? All of his suits are supposed to be silly because he's a little platforming video game man.
Mm-hmm.
But you could still make them not look like shit. Like his base form looks awesome.
Yeah, his base form's really cool. It's Ex-Aid cool.
Yeah,
it's silly,
like
but
his
it looks
level
awesome.
2 is great. Even his level 1 doesn't bug me, but this one looks like shit.
Doesn't stir you?
This costume looks bad.
Okay, just no sell that, yeah. Okay,
No, I'm going to absolutely fucking pull the rug out from under your joke.
Well, it's probably the right choice. You probably made a good decision there. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want Dan to be gone, is the thing.
I think like I said, I don't like that he died. I love Dan, but I feel like if he had kept going, his shtick might have gotten tired.
I don't know.
I was thinking that all day. Like, as much as I loved him, he died at the height of his villainy and his craziness. Like, you can see from the very start of the series, he sort of like builds up like that. He slowly loses control and becomes crazier and crazier. And now in these last few episodes, he's just fucking completely off the handle. And then he dies.
You got a point. If it would have continued the same way, I don't think the actor could have gotten any more insane and hammy.
Yeah.
I feel like that might have been an impossibility.
And I feel like the perfect death for Dan is one where he's squirming around on the ground complaining that he doesn't want to die.
True. That's exactly perfect for him.
He dies a pathetic death.
Episode 23 doesn't feel like I just want him to continue, because he was what I really looked forward to every week.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's hard to let him go.
Now fucking Parrot is the villain. I don't give a
sucks.
fuck about Parrot.
I'm sure Parrot has good potential. He could be interesting. I'm sure they're going to delve into him, but he is no Dan. Absolutely no Dan.
He's annoying more than anything.
Like I said, he looks like Chase fell down the stairs. That's what his face looks like.
Fuck.
I guess, sad. Like, who's going to be Kamen Rider Chronicle now? I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Parrot.
I don't know. Maybe Kamen Rider Chronicle will be a robot that appears in the very last episode.
That must be. That's the only explanation. It's going to be Kamen Rider Jam coming back.
I definitely don't want that. Can't believe Dan's gone. Fuck!
We're like a relative just died. We're just sitting around afterwards. Oh, I can't believe he's really gone.
I can't believe this is it. I'll never get to see his smiling face again.
I just saw him last week. And now he's gone.
I just saw him rip his shirt off last week.
Oh, the memories. Remember that time when he gave someone AIDS? Oh, damn.
He gave himself AIDS.
He gave a lot of people AIDS over the course of this series.
Do you remember that time when he gave himself AIDS so he wouldn't have to go to prison? It's
we've all
sad.
been there.
And the rest of the episode is just build up to him getting fucking offed, right?
Yeah.
There was one moment that made me really excited, and then the next moment completely ruined it for me.
What was that?
Which is when Emu's eyes turned red and he started like smirking and being like Genius Gamer M or whatever. I was like, oh shit, is he getting taken over by the Bugster?
Not quite.
But then he didn't.
No.
So, fuck.
It's just like bits of it coming out. I think the Bugster's getting stronger, and that's why he can use that maximum Gashat, because everyone else just has the antibodies in him, but he's full-blown bug sick. He's video game ill. He's got the game bio,
me too.
so he can pull it out. I guess that's why.
I guess.
That's a theory.
I'm Liam's Bugster.
You're my bug, yeah.
I'm his evil side.
I'm slowly draining away with this podcast every week.
And I'm getting stronger.
I'm practically invisible now.
He's just going with
I gotta
video game sound effects.
Yeah, every week I have to edit them out of the podcast. They're really awful.
This episode doesn't have I don't have a lot to say about this episode besides that you're right in that it was the best death Dan could possibly get.
Yeah.
But I just felt it was too soon. Too soon, bro.
I feel like they should have announced Dan's motivation a little earlier so they could have done more with it. As it is now, it feels like they were kind of putting it in the last minute. Like, oh, we have to put this in before he dies. So it was just last week. And as glad as I am it's there, because I love it, A lot of people didn't like Dan's motivation, but I think it's perfect.
Yeah, there were some people who were, like, tweeting at us about how, like, ridiculous it is, and I think I responded, like, Dan's motivation is absolutely perfect for him. It will never not be hilarious that his entire motivation is he's a giant petty asshole.
Someone shows him up just a little bit, just to him too, like privately. No one else sees it. Doesn't embarrass him or anything. Just someone shows him up a little bit, and he's like, "Well, I better throw my life away to give this guy AIDS." That's all I want now.
I have to dedicate my entire fucking life to turning this man into a video game against his will.
It's the perfect murder.
No one will ever suspect the video games.
So, Jeff, I have 21 guns here for Dan. And I'll fire them. 21 bang-bang simulations.
What would you as an audience do if we sat here going for 21 of them? Because that's what we're gonna do.
The saddest death in Kamen Rider history. Whale Kaijin ain't got nothing on this.
It was sad, man.
Oh well. It's a fine finish for him. I'm just scared that Parrot's not going to be able to measure up, and I really don't think he will.
No, I mean he's going to be a completely different type of villain. He's going to be like the smiling in the darkness, appearing off to the edge of the screen. Yeah. Which you get a lot of. You don't get, like, giant petty dick as a villain.
Who's just so hammy. I would have loved if Dan was the final villain. I would have loved if the show just finished and next week was Kamen Rider whatever.
You know what would be amazing is if Dan, like, uploaded his consciousness into a game.
Oh.
And, like, he came back as, like, a super bugster and was the final villain.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't... maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I would be
nuts.
shocked. This is like, back in the day when, I was never, like, big into Naruto, but I followed it. Me and Max, like, Max also. He read all of it, our friend Max.
I read all of Naruto, too. I read to this day.
You should.
2 weeks I ain't getting back.
I didn't. I stopped, I don't know. It was sometime after they got their new outfits and grew up.
Oh, no.
But, Pain, maybe? When, like, he fought Pain.
Oh, the guy with the purple eyes.
Yeah, Pain.
I think his name was Pain.
Good naming scheme.
Great name.
It's great. But it's like fucking... The villain who I wanted to be the villain dies, like, really fucking early, and just... He leaves a little thing like he's gonna come back, and then he does, and he just fucking gets killed again. And then he eventually comes back and becomes a good guy, I guess.
What villain is this? Orochi?
Yeah.
Orochimaru? Yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, like, when he dies the first time, a little snake crawls away, so you're like, oh shit, he's gonna come back and get his revenge, but then he comes back and just gets murdered again immediately.
Yep. Naruto sucks.
What a fucking terrible series.
Instead, you get Ninja God as your main villain.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Anyway.
This
episode was pretty good. It was a fitting farewell to Dangerous
really
Dan the Zombie Man.
Alright, Dangerous Dan the Zombie Man. Rest in peace, you will be missed.
Yeah, you'll definitely be missed when the next episode rolls around and you're not in it.
Oh boy, that's
gonna be painful.
That's like waking up and like half of your bed is empty and you're like, where's my wife? Oh no.
Yeah, she got fucking murdered by a bugster. She
now
turned
we all
into
know.
pixels.
Now this is our own personal 0 day. This is our own global freeze.
Liam and I are gonna become fucking gamer riders so that we can get revenge for Dan.
Yeah, just give us 6 years. We'll get on that.
So, Liam, do you have anything else to say about this episode of Kamen Rider Ex-Aid?
No, I'm ready for news if you are.
I'm ready for news.
Okay, this week, Kamen Rider and Super Sentai, a bunch of the Kamen Rider and Super Sentai heroes, I guess, decided to get really socially conscious, and they all gathered in Shinjuku, to promote fire safety and to promote kids to join the, what was it called? Like the Fire Safety Kids Club?
Maybe?
Firefighters Boy Scouts. That's it. And everyone, who did they have? They had Ryuki was there, Burning Agito was there, funny enough.
That's the suit they still have that looks best.
Do they not have the other Agito suits?
No, they do. They don't have gills, of course.
Like, yeah, gills got wrecked, I remember.
Yeah, Ex-Aid gills shows up in everything. He never shows up as actual gills.
That's a shame. There's a bunch of... All the riders are red. I don't know why. Maybe because fire?
Yeah, firemen.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. Red Riders and, of course, some Red Rangers from Sentai. They got Tokyo Man there and Daigo. And Tokuman. And Emu and Hiro show up there in character, which I got a kick out of, because I imagine, like, Emu getting up and being like, you kids should join the firefighters, and Hojo's like, no, get out of the way, intern. You can't give a speech like I can. He's ruining it.
I can cut anything, including the tension in the speech.
There is no fire that I can't put out.
That would be great. I'd love that.
That'd be great, but I really don't think it happened. It was more just like they were in costume and telling kids to join the thing.
Probably.
Can you imagine?
That reminds me of, like, there was a thing in New York City when I was a kid where they were doing some, like, safety thing, like a parade or something. And it was like some stay street smart parade thing, and
like don't follow strangers and shit.
I guess like don't get touched in an alley.
Okay,
kids.
Yeah. That's my philosophy too. Yeah.
Don't ever go around Bull Panther children was probably what it was about. But
they had a whole parade for that. Yeah.
Fucking Dean Cain was there as Superman, and Lois Lane was also there. Whose name I don't remember. But, and there's like a photo of all these children like fucking freaking out. Now you look back on it and you're like, they're freaking out for Dean Cain? Really? But at the time...
Time makes fools of us all.
He was Superman.
Yeah. Times change. Which Superman was Dean Cain?
Dean Cain was The Adventures of Lois and Clark, the
okay.
live-action TV Superman.
Yeah, Lois. Yeah, I remember hearing about Lois and Clark.
Yeah,
I
watched that show. It was good.
Was it good?
It was
there
alright.
a lot of action in it, or was it more?
There was
drama?
a decent amount of action. It was actually like this weird combination of like an action show and like a romantic comedy almost.
Yeah, that's how it kind of sold itself.
Yeah, and it had a decent amount of action in it.
That's pretty cool. I like the sound. I'd watch a Kamen Rider show like that.
Lois Lane was played by the lady who went on to be in Desperate Housewives. I can't remember her name.
Me neither.
She was hot, though.
Okay, as Lois Lane should be.
Yes.
Can you imagine if they got back fucking, like, the Oja to do this fire safety thing? Or
Be fire safe, kids, or I'll kill you.
Tendo Soji. Did you know, oh man, in Kabuto news, this is something I just found out and I don't have a solid source for, but I heard that the guy who played Sword just this week got fired from his agency for breaking some special rule. I don't know what exactly he did, but he did some bad shit and got fired from his agency.
SpaghettiOs. Does he
Sword.
still have that fucking haircut that comes up like 10 feet above his head?
No, I wish. You know,
dude,
Faiz
that's the problem I'm having in Faiz.
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking Andorian from Star Trek, just this giant fucking bowl wig that comes down to his shoulders.
I don't get that joke.
Yeah, you do. I know you love Star Trek.
I don't love Star Trek. His hair, like his head ends and his hair goes up like 2 full inches before coming back down. That is some volume. Jesus.
It looks ridiculous.
Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it must be Maybelline. That guy's got some fucking hair.
It drives me nuts because in some scenes he looks normal and in other scenes he looks like he's wearing a giant wig.
Yeah. It is ridiculous. It's very noticeable.
Anyway.
No one's hair to me will ever top Gil's Rio. His hair is so awful. It's just like a poof. He looks like a chia pet. I guess that was cool back then, maybe?
Yeah, that was the fucking hairstyle in Japan.
Holy shit.
Time. Let me look up a picture of Rio.
Yeah, you gotta see it. You didn't see it recently like I did.
No, I haven't watched Agito in a long ass time. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
His hair is just like an explosion.
It's like someone, like a grenade landed on his head and it went off and they took a photo of it and that was his hair. Jesus Christ.
Are there more newses?
Yes, the hair cast is over. So Toei's releasing a new line, or Bandai rather is releasing a new line of SH figure arts. You know, they've been going through Heisei again and touching up all the old shitty ones, remaking them.
Yeah, I've got the Agito.
Not
the new ones.
Yeah. You did get the Agito. The Hopper Bros are coming.
Really?
Normally I wouldn't say this, but I love the Hopper Bros. So
I fucking love the Hopper Bros too.
One of the best parts of Kabuto. So look forward to that. Dark Drive is also there. But who gives a shit about Dark Drive?
Fucking Dark Drive. Dude, Dark Drive is probably one of the best Dark versions ever, though.
Yeah, that's not a high bar.
No, it's really not, but it's still a suit that looks pretty good.
It's a nice suit. It's a cool character. The twist I saw coming from a mile away.
Yeah,
he's alright.
I wouldn't buy a figure of him. Let's put it that way. I really might buy a Kick Hopper, though.
Yeah. Kick Hopper, like their suits are fucking sexy. They were hilarious characters.
Yeah, like if I'd probably still pick Gattack if I had to pick a suit from Kabuto. But if I couldn't get Gattack, I'd get Kick Hopper.
If Gattack was out, someone else had rented it before you. You gotta get Kick Hopper.
I went to the fucking Party Express and all the Gattack costumes were sold out.
Mm-hmm.
I would deign to get a fucking Kick Hopper.
I went to a comic book store once. And they had a full Nightwing, like, onesie, I guess you could call it.
Oh, like the spandex bodysuit?
The whole spandex bodysuit. And I was like, how much for that shit? And they were like, it's just for display. And I was like, oh, fuck you. I wanted it so bad.
You would just wear it at home. You'd just be like sitting on your couch with your gut hanging out, eating Cheetos.
Eating my cereal in the morning. I gotta find a fucking excuse to wear this thing somewhere. I can't take it out.
I can't show people my body.
I can't. No, I have to hide it. I wear a jacket over my Nightwing outfit to hide.
So your '90s Nightwing.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go for that. I'll wear like a bomber jacket and I'll call it style.
Dude, one of the coolest costumes of all time, forever and always, is '90s Superboy.
With the leather jacket?
With the leather jacket with the big gold S on the back of it.
Yeah.
It's fucking...
I like when they take superhero outfits and incorporate plain clothes into them and make like just a costume out of that.
Yeah. It's strange to me that like people laughed at Superboy and the way he looked in the 90s and they worked so hard to make him not look like that. But now all that shit is popular again. Yeah. Like having a fade haircut is super fucking popular.
Yeah, the fade's big again.
And leather jackets are back and shit.
Leather jackets are in. Skinny jeans are in.
I bet DC Comics is like, well, fuck.
They predicted. They were way ahead of the curve. There was, funny enough, about the plainclothes thing, there's a series of pictures of Kamen Riders, I don't know if you've seen them, by this one artist drew riders in their suits, but also with clothes over them to see it look cool. There's like Kabuto in that jacket and...
Like, I saved the photos, I have 2 of those saved. I have the space sheriffs in, like, detective outfits.
Yeah.
I fucking love that one. And the other one I have is Go Ranger. And with the clothes over them, all leaping through the air. Fuck, I love that.
They look so cool in that outfit. They look like really low budget versions. Like they actually put the armor on, not like they transform. It looks neat, and they have the jacket.
They look like robots.
They look like
robots wearing clothes. They remind me of Daft Punk.
Yeah. I actually didn't think of that. Yeah, it is like Daft Punk.
I love it.
Love Daft Punk.
This isn't news, though.
This isn't news. The coolest Superboy outfit was the Tron one from the New 52. Okay, let's move on.
Fuck, that outfit was alright. It was
like
not
the
leather
Tron
jacket and fade.
No, the Tron is the coolest.
He's dead anyway.
Yeah, who cares?
He's dead again. And
dead again.
Now Superman has a son who's Superboy.
Who will be dead soon.
Probably. Superheroes are not allowed to have children. They get retconned immediately.
Yeah.
Except Batman's son.
Next time Superboy Prime punches through the fucking nexus of space, that kid's gone.
Dude, they have a comic together. Superman's son and Batman's son.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Superman's son and Superboy Prime. I was like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Ow.
He just murders him every issue. No, it's called Super Sons after that 70s comic I told you about.
Oh, wow.
I've only read a little bit of it, but it's fucking hilarious because...
Sounds like a fun time.
Damian hates the new Superboy's guts.
Yeah. That sounds fun.
Anyway,
last piece of news. This isn't really news, but I've had a PS4 since October, and I just last week realized that I can play Betrayed War Genesis now. So I imported it, and I got it yesterday.
Is it good?
I
expected this answer.
I'll say about this game what I said about Super Climax Heroes, in that it's like aggressively mediocre, but it's got a lot of cool Kamen Rider shit where if you're a fan, you'll find a lot to be like, oh, that's neat, or oh, you can play as your favorite rider and use all their forms and shit. Like you can play as Drive, and like every fucking tire you can use. And they each have their own special move, and you can switch between them at will. Super cool. The game's not that fun. It's
what is the gameplay like?
It's Dynasty Warriors.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But it's a little worse than Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty
somehow.
Warriors has like a little, like it's the most repetitive of games, right?
Yes, absolutely.
But it has a little bit of variety to like the enemy types and like the situations you're placed in. The Kamen Rider games are literally the same thing every time.
Pretty much, it's that, and it's also that the enemies are somehow less active and have way more health than Dynasty Warriors enemies, like in an actual Dynasty Warriors game. So there's a boss in one of the first levels where you fight a watermelon guy. He's got the Suika arms, and he literally just stands there, and you just wail on him, and he just stands there staring at you. But he's got a huge health bar, so you and your friend helping buddy Deno are just wailing on this fucker while he stands there and stares at you like an idiot.
That sounds the exact opposite of fun.
Like later, once you get out of the tutorial levels, stuff starts attacking you and everything gets more active. But it's mostly just, it's good for cool stuff like that. There was definitely no Dan Kuroda at the helm saying, let's make a game that can rival heaven itself, I'm God! Like, it's just like a bunch of people trying to make a half-decent Kamen Rider game and kind of succeeding. It's okay. One thing I'll say, what a shame. One thing I'll say is awesome, though, is everyone's got a motorcycle. You hit L2 and they jump on a motorcycle and you ride around. And then if you jump off while you're going full speed, you, like, leap off. Right? If you're playing as Drive and you hit L2, the fucking Trideron pulls up and you're driving around in a car suddenly.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you jump out while you're moving, the Trideron stops, like it's like power slides into a stop so hard that it like flips on its side and Drive just shoots out the side door and starts fighting. That's the reason why you play the game, not because it's a good game.
That is the tightest shit I ever heard.
It's full of the tightest shit you ever heard. That's why I'm playing it. Like you can play.
Does it still look like a PS2 game?
Yes, you can play as Kuga, and all of his 4 forms all have like a full moveset. It's really neat. Like there's a lot of care put into it. It's just not a very fun game, unfortunately.
That sucks.
I love it. I'm loving it because I'm a sucker for Dynasty Warriors, but I can't recommend it for anyone who isn't a sucker.
See, I like Dynasty Warriors a lot too.
Yeah, you like it. I bet you'd like it.
Man, I might get it. I got a PS4.
Do it. I always thought you had to use some sort of trick to play other region games on PS4, but I just slid the disc in and it worked. So
I just have to import the disc then. That's the only thing.
Just buy the disc. I got it for like $30 on eBay. Just throw it right in there. It works. It's like a year old now, so it's pretty cheap.
I honestly might, but I just got Breath of the Wild, so I foresee the next month being that game.
Yeah, I played Breath of the Wild. I got it on release day and I played it for weeks. Like 2 weeks, I didn't play any other game. Just now have I started playing other games.
Have you beaten Breath of the Wild yet?
No, oh god, not even close.
Yeah, that's the thing is, like, I played it all day today, and such a tiny portion of the map is lit up.
This is video games, so it's Ex-Aid related. Go on.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Do we have any more news?
Wait, no, go on.
No, that was it.
Oh, okay.
That's all I wanted to immediately get away from talking about non-Kamen Rider things.
I wanted to talk about Breath of the Wild, but fine.
Breath of the Wild's fucking super fun.
It's super good.
It is a really fucking fun game, and this is coming from somebody I absolutely loathed the Skyward Sword.
Yeah, same here.
Hated it.
Skyward Sword was a piece of garbage.
Like, people talk about, like, oh, it has these redeeming qualities. No, it's terrible.
I wasn't a huge fan of Twilight Princess, but I still replay it every now and again.
Yeah, like Twilight Princess is alright.
I will never replay Skyward Sword. I hated it.
I didn't even get halfway through the game.
Really?
No.
I suffered through the end. It's fucking awful.
I stopped about halfway through the game and I was like, that's it. I'm done. I absolutely hate this game.
You didn't miss nothing. It's terrible. Okay, that's it for news. I saved the best for last, i.e. the news that was all about me.
Okay, of course.
Okay, I have something I want to talk about Ex-Aid, actually, real quick.
Okay, perfect.
So, Dan Kuroto's talking about Mighty Brothers Double X. And he says, Emma, you invented that game, remember? And Emma's like, oh yeah, when I did it, I drew a game that starred this orange and green hero. And it cuts straight to showing Mighty Brothers Double X, and he is as blue as the sky.
He's teal.
He is blue.
He's
blue
teal.
As fuck. He's blue.
Dude, he's teal.
Look at him right now. He's blue.
He's teal.
No, he's blue.
He's teal.
Don't keep telling me this. Look at a picture and see.
Dude, I'm looking at a photo of this man right now, and he is teal.
I'm looking too. Give me a second.
You are a fool. I'm sure people at home are just loving this, like, back and forth. He's teal, he's blue, he's teal, he's blue.
This fucker is so teal. Get the fuck out of my shit.
Oh.
I mean, he's blue. He's blue.
There we go.
Wait. No!
I didn't even have to fucking rabbit season, duck season you. You did it to yourself.
I pulled the Daffy Duck. Shit.
You know, you and I are pretty much Bugs and Daffy.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much it. Even the fucking logo is teal, dude. You gotta get out of here.
That's definitely... There's no green in there.
You are the most full of shit man that has ever lived.
You're full of shit.
Any fucking way.
Okay, forget this. We'll continue this next week.
We'll argue some more next week for your enjoyment.
It's a light blue.
You're so stupid. Anyway, okay. Let's say hello to our good friend Faiz.
Moshi Faiz.
Ring, ring, ring. Phone call, phone call.
This week the third belt makes its appearance, and also a fourth belt that melts you if you use it.
Yeah, you turn into bubbles. If you put it on, and then the belt also turns into bubbles.
Yeah, this 3 episodes are all about the Delta belt. There's a third belt. It's like the strongest of all of them, and it's super bullshit. Everything about it is complete hornswoggle. And once they get all 3, they're gonna prepare for the summoning of the Orphanok King. So it's all about who has the belt, where do you get the belt, what the fuck.
It turns out nobody fucking knows who has the belt.
Yeah.
This is like reminding me of things I don't like about Faiz.
Same here.
They go through, like, who has the belt? Did you take my belt, you motherfucker? No, you took the belt, you motherfucker! And it's just that for 3 episodes.
It's these people, these students of the Ryusei school, the Shooting Star school, all accusing each other of stealing the belt, and there's one guy who's just so upset.
Yeah, and the guy continually pops his jaw back and forth.
Yeah,
the whole time.
Angry. He's so angry.
He just never stops. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get lockjaw real bad.
He probably did. That's the power of Delta.
That's the power of Delta. Yeah, they also have, like, the ability to, like, make electricity go between their fingers, and
that's the dumbest
hurts people.
Shit. That's the dumbest shit. So, okay.
These episodes aren't real good.
I will say that. These I think are the weakest. This is the weakest trio since we started, I'd say, in my opinion.
I could agree with that.
The Orphanoks tell something about, if you become strong enough, you can use Orphanok powers in your human form. That's fine, because that's innate. You're an Orphanok, you're just disguised as a human.
Now Delta makes you a superhuman when you put it on.
Delta, yeah, he puts it on and he shoots electricity, and Kusaka's like, what the fuck? And the guy's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, once you wear the Delta belt once, the power stays with you. But I still need it.
I need it real bad.
I want it so bad.
And, like, there's this whole secondary plot with Kaido and his, like, Kohai, right?
Yeah.
And they're real friendly. The kid's, like, real fucking friendly about it to begin with. He's like, oh, now we're rivals, senpai. We're gonna be rivals. Do your best. And then suddenly he's like, I fucking hate you. I'm gonna kidnap a girl.
He threatens to murder a girl if Kiba doesn't come. And it's like, it's such a... I would love that if there was any actual development, but there's no development. He just flips around and he's like that. I like the idea of someone...
You know what would be great?
What?
If he was like, give up and let me kill you or else I'll hurt the girl, if Kiba was... Or the girl gets it. And if Kiva was like, if I just kill you right now, you can't do anything to her.
Yeah, what are you gonna? I'm gonna kill you, and you're gonna walk back and murder her? Like what?
Like, I could just beat you up right now and be like, where is she, stupid? What are you gonna do? You're like the weakest Orphanok we've even seen so far.
He's a bunny.
He is a bunny rabbit. That's always the downside of getting some crazy new superpowers. Like, if you're a mutant or something, you could just end up being a bunny rabbit.
You could end up being the kid from X-Men who can change channels by blinking.
You could end up being Beak from X-Men, who has all the features of a bird except the ability to fly.
Oh, and so he's got the hollow bones, and
he has hollow bones, and he has a fucking beak growing out of his face. And he has, like, feathers, little bits of feathers all over him. He looks disgusting.
Oh.
And can't fly.
That's pretty stupid.
It's the saddest thing ever.
Like a shitty penguin.
Yeah. Except for Penguin's just a guy.
Penguin, okay, but it's like... what I'm saying is, what the hell were we saying? Okay, so this guy's got stupid Orphanok powers.
Yeah, and his entire character's stupid as fuck. I hate the Ryusei people. Every time they show up again, I'm like, why do we have to sit through this?
They always give us I don't hate them on principle, but every time they're here, they give me a reason to hate them.
Yeah.
They do something stupid, or there's one guy who... He's like this guy. He keeps it's this formula. He bikes around and says, "You have the belt." The guy's dead. Oh, he's got something. This other fucking guy's got the belt. He bikes her. He says, "You got the belt." This guy's dead. Oh, that's someone else has got the belt. And then they go and
then they finally find a guy who's still alive.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You got the fucking belt?" And he's like, "No, you got the fucking belt." And they just become the same guy.
They shoot lightning at each other in the abandoned parking lot.
And then they kidnap Mari. And I'm supposed to care.
They kidnap Mari and I don't know, they want the belt real bad. Because they think it's someone else, but he's an Orphanok. It's just a lot of... Like, when I wrote down, I was writing down some notes for this episode, and all I wrote was everything involving the Delta Belt is just horse shit. Like, its powers and the plot around it, and...
That's the thing is, like... This show is getting worse for this, but it's always had this, where it's like somebody standing in the shadows, and it's like, oh, we're gonna find out about them next episode. Oh my god, what kind of powers would they have? And then next episode, at the end of the episode, they step out of the shadows, and it's like, who is this? What kind of power will they have? Tune in next time.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Don't do this for like 4 episodes in a row.
They drag this shit out. And then they tell you who it is in the preview for the next episode. It's the Kitazaki guy who destroys everything he touches.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure. They strongly imply it.
I don't remember how fucking far I watched in this show.
I would have loved... There's like I said earlier, I love the idea of the good guy gone bad as long as it's built up properly. I would have loved if it was, the guy who used to like Mari as a kid, who bullied her, and he turns out to be, he's a nice guy because he loves her. That guy's an Orphanok. Fuck him.
His plot could be fine or whatever. Like, he's gonna kill Mari to get rid of the last bit of his humanity because she's the last person he cares about. But it's surrounded by all this Delta bullshit.
He should be Delta. If you remember that guy, and then this awful, terrible, evil, super strong rider shows up, and then he takes it off. Oh, it's the guy. And
here's
then you
the
can
thing,
have
right?
What
is that would have been like a little ridiculous that like another person shows up from Mari's past who is also a rider.
Well, if it's
but
from the
they
Ryusei
teased
school.
it already. And now he's an Orphanok, so that's just as ridiculous.
It's wasted potential that could be interesting. And if he's an Orphanok, he's dead. He's dead.
He's dead within a few episodes at most. The only Orphanoks who survive are Lucky Clover and fucking the Scooby Gang.
The trio.
Yeah.
I think you could have done something cool about like how did this innocent child turn so bad? And there's a there's a throwaway line that I'm not sure is really retarded or not, where there's a throwaway line where they're like, oh, if you use the Delta Belt, it changes you, And I don't know if they mean, like, oh, the power, like, just power corrupts, like, having it turns people bad, and that's why we're arguing. Or if it's, like, literally it changes your personality with science magic to make you evil. I'm not sure. Like, with this show, I can't be certain.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I feel like it's probably that, like, you become addicted to the power and you have, like, an addict's personality and it's all you care about.
Yeah, I kind of...
I wouldn't put it past the writers of the show to make it, like, it literally makes you evil when you put it on.
Well, I hope not. I don't know.
We also see Mari and Kusaka's dad, their adoptive dad, who is a goat orphanok.
That was the only interesting part of these 3 episodes that I really liked, was the whole bit where they go underground and find that the underground Ryusei school is under Smart Brain somehow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
And they're doing experiments to make more belts.
They're making these new belts that they fuck up and kill you if you use them, but that whole shit there. Mari's dad is an orphanok hiding beneath Smart Brain, and they know he's there, and he doesn't just come up and kill everyone for some reason. And it's just that's interesting to me. I want to see what that's all about.
It's just mired in all this other shit.
Yeah.
The Ryusei school people are terrible. I hate them being on screen at all now. Because like you said, they're just so annoying. And they prove it every time they show up. The whole, like, Kaido trying to get into Lucky Clover thing is, like, so completely underplayed. Like, he doesn't really have any motivation to be going into Lucky Clover.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we need to incorporate these characters into the plotline somehow. They can't just hang out in their apartment.
Yeah. It's I don't know, they're grasping a little bit with this plot. A lot of things feel like they're forced. It sucks.
There's this weird moment at the end of the last episode, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not the last episode. It's like they're chasing an orphanok. And Kusaka drives up to this, like, tunnel. The orphanok goes into the tunnel and Kusaka drives up and he just stops. And then he steps out and is, like, breathing really heavy. And I was like, is he afraid of tunnels? Is it what this is supposed to be?
He's just staring down the end of the tunnel, and Faiz stops and looks at him and goes, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And he's like, there's Delta. Delta's there.
I'm afraid of him a lot for some reason. Is that just a power Delta has to, like, inspire fear? Because Hojo is terrified of it, too.
I guess maybe it's just a super strong belt, right? It's just so strong. But
I guess.
Fuck, man, I bet
Saiga could beat his ass.
I bet Saiga's got the power of bilingualism.
I bet Saiga could take care of him as part of his job.
That's true. If you told him it was his job, he'd do it. That was a weird little sequence where he's just staring down the end of the tunnel, and the audience is given no indication why, and it doesn't really reveal it in an interesting way. If it was like he's staring down the tunnel and you hear footsteps, then that, but like. It happens too late.
I mean, there was footsteps.
Yeah, it happens.
There were footsteps, but it was way too late.
Way too late. It's like a whole sequence where he's staring down and he's like, it's Delta. And then after that, Delta appears. And it's really dumb. I
found it really funny that they're like, when Delta kills a monster, he dies with a red flame. And I'm like, all flame's red. It would be weirder if it was a blue flame, like when you guys kill it.
A crazy, weird red flame. Maybe it's just a guy with a flamethrower.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it's the Exterminator.
Maybe. That's a shame.
That's a reference to a terrible B movie.
Is it a Terminator ripoff?
They watched both of them on Best of the Worst.
Was that this week's?
No. It was the one with, like, Robert Ginty, and he, like, has a flamethrower as a weapon.
I don't know. There's so many episodes of Best of the Worst.
I'd already seen the first one of those.
Okay.
That's fucking terrible. But anyway, God, we're just tangents all over the place this week.
That's what we do.
Every week. Yeah, these episodes are nothing good. I mean, that's not true. Like you said, the fucking, like, basement dwelling goat man is interesting.
It's just everything about the Delta gear and at Delta is just dumb.
It's drawn out, it's dumb, it's a whole lot of, like,
it makes no
following
sense.
A breadcrumb trail that leads nowhere.
Not an interesting breadcrumb trail. It's just a lame plot line. It's a shame because the suit is so great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think out of the three of them, the Kaiser suit probably looks the coolest.
Really? I like Delta more.
Do you?
Yeah.
I actually think Saiga probably looks the coolest with its white.
Saiga's pretty cool.
And it also has a jetpack, which is always fucking cool.
Is that all we have to say about Faiz?
I think so.
I think so. Okay. Sayonara, Faiz.
Let's dive into some emails.
Yeah, bring it out.
Our first email is from Dewey Defeats Truman, who writes, have you ever been checked out entirely from a show over just one line or scene? I know when I was watching Q Ranger a few weeks ago and they basically said, we're on Earth for the next 40 weeks and we're only doing 5-man teams for 95% of the episodes, I just lost all interest in the show I had up until that point. That was going to be my example.
That was exactly my experience with Q Ranger, funny enough.
Yeah, when they, I was willing to give it all the shots in the world until they were like, we're gonna go to Earth and defeat the 50 specialists or whatever. I was like, alright, I'm fucking done. That's it.
Magasters? I don't remember what they're called.
Dominatrixes?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, do you have a moment where you checked out completely from a show that wasn't Q Ranger?
I can't think of any time when one line did that. Every Sentai show I've dropped usually was just because it was just kind of boring overall. Yeah. There was never one part where I was like, fuck this. Oh shit, I'm trying to think of other shows that I've dropped in my lifetime. Legend of Korra I dropped in the beginning of season 2 because the whole thing was so bad. Again, it wasn't just one line, just the whole show sucked. Fuck,
yeah,
what else?
I don't think I've ever had a moment where it was just one line or moment.
Yeah, one big defining. Then again, I don't watch that.
Although
much
that's
TV.
not true. I've watched shows and said, "Well, that's enough of that," and after a certain moment or something, I just can't remember specifically.
Yeah,
I think I specifically remember watching some terrible fucking movie that was on Netflix that starred Nicolas Cage and the kid who played Anakin. The guy who played Anakin Skywalker.
God, I'll never remember his name.
Hayden Christensen.
Oh, that guy who played
guy,
Anakin.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the little Anakin.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
He's older than me, probably. I don't know why I said kid. But, yeah, Hayden Christensen and Nicolas Cage, and that tells you everything you need to know about the movie.
That it's perfect, yeah.
However, it was also about two knights who ended up in Japan and became samurai.
That sounds amazing.
And I thought so too. I thought, man, this is going to be the dumbest fucking movie. I gotta watch it, right?
Mm.
And I got maybe 10 minutes into it and said, well, that's enough of that. And turned it off. I think it was the scene when he beats up he's drunk and he beats up Hayden Christensen is drunk and beats up an entire room. No, actually, it's the scene where Hayden Christensen travels far and wide across the land to become the best there ever was.
Mm.
And he's taken to this hidden temple, and in the heart of the temple, a man turns around, and it's Nicolas Cage with a Fu Manchu. And I was like, alright, I can't watch this anymore.
I didn't stop watching Pearl Harbor, but there is a part where Pearl Harbor's getting bombed, and a guy picks up the phone and says, I think World War II just started.
Oh my god.
And I think that's the stupidest line in film history.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was close. I was pretty close. But in terms of shows, I don't really watch that much TV, and usually I'll see shows through.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dewey Defeats Truman.
So disappointing.
The next email is from Onua. I'm pretty sure I'm still mispronouncing that.
That's okay.
Who says, I was wondering, if you had to make a Justice League or Avengers-style super team only using Toku heroes, who would you pick? But you can only pick one Rider, one Ultra, one Ranger, etc. Other than that restriction, the team can be as large as you want.
Oh god, I don't watch Ultraman or Garo. Okay, you go.
Okay, well, this is tough, right?
Yeah.
I think I would do the originals. I would have a team that's all originals. And it would be Kamen Rider, the original Rider.
Mm.
The original Ultraman. Aka Red, or not Aka Red, Aka Ranger.
Aka Ranger, yeah.
Yeah, Aka Red would be the guy from Gokaiger.
Aka Red's he's the manifestation of all Super Sentai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, that's Rider, Sentai, Ultra, Space Sheriff Gavon.
Of course.
And the original Garo, because there have been a couple.
Yeah, there have been a few Garos.
And that would be my five-man team.
Shit.
And unfortunately, it would be 5 mans. There's
What
nothing I can do about that shit.
What are your options with Toku? Okay, I'll say Tendo Soji as the leader, of course.
That's your rider.
That's my rider. Dan from Jew Ranger as the comedy relief.
Okay.
Okay. Space Sheriff Sherivan.
For gun.
He's got a gun. That's his thing. Now, are we grouping Metal Heroes together? Can I put one of the Juco Beat Fighters in here?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's tough.
Okay, I saw one episode of Ultraman X, so I gotta have him in there. And fuck your rules, I'm putting the Blue Beetle from Juco Beat Fighter in there.
Blue Beat,
sorry.
Yeah. So there's your answers. Choke
There's
on
your
them.
answer. And now if they fought, Jeff's team would probably win.
That's true.
Except for Clock Up.
That's true.
Can't beat
Tendo, by all rights, should be able to kick everyone's ass ever. And there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Everybody except the Flash, Tendo would make a fucking fool out of.
Our next email is from Adam, who says, I have failed you guys. I went to Cleveland Comic-Con and met an artist that enjoys Kamen Rider and forgot to shill you guys. For shame.
You're never allowed to listen again.
You're out of the family.
Get out of here.
Question 1.
Take your belt with you.
What is your favorite Rider trope?
Oh.
That's a tough one.
Oh, that's a good question. How have we never had that one before?
I don't know. Because it's so wide open, maybe.
It's very wide open.
What is your favorite Rider trope, Liam?
My favorite Rider trope... Oh shit, this is tough. I like the river. As whenever a rider looks like they died, but they fell into a river, they live. It's always dramatic. Or either that, or I like... oh shit. No, I'm gonna say the river. I like the river.
See, I think I've got one.
Okay, what is it?
I think my favorite Rider trope is when 2 riders who hate each other's guts do a finisher together for no reason. Like they do it perfectly in time with each other. Like they're suddenly best friends, but they still hate each other afterwards.
Yeah, they're forced to work together.
That's probably my favorite.
That's just a cool plot element in stories in general when people who hate each other are forced to work together.
You get a lot of good character interaction out of that.
Yeah.
You really get to see what these characters are really like through it. There's a reason why on every team there's always one character who's just a dick.
The Joe the Condor. Oh, fuck, can I have Joe the Condor on my team? He transforms.
Yeah, you can have Joe the Condor.
Get rid of Space Sheriff Sherivan.
Joe the Condor for
Put
your
Joe
gun
the Condor
man
in instead. Yeah.
See, I was thinking of the Justice League has Batman. He's a dick. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have Raphael. He's a dick. And their purpose is to create character conflict.
Yeah. It's no fun if everyone's just doing what the guy says all the time.
Yeah. Our second question is, what season would you switch the main and secondary rider?
Like make the secondary rider the main rider and vice versa?
Yeah. I guess Wizard would probably be the prime example of this. Have Beast be the main rider.
I didn't see Wizard.
I feel like I've seen a lot of fake openings for Kamen Rider Gatak, the series.
Oh, yeah?
I feel like, I don't know, there's something special about the fact that Tendo is the main rider, but not the main character.
Yeah, I love that. I love that he's the main rider, but not, he's for sure the main rider. He follows those tropes, but you see him through the eyes of someone else. I really wish they'd do that again.
I do too. I don't know. I feel like a lot of secondary riders are secondary for a reason. Yeah,
I think if I could pick, I would say Ryuki. I'd swap Ryuki and Knight.
It's just because you got such a Night boner.
No, it's because Night's story is just a lot more compelling than Ryuki's. Ryuki is the one that you have to have because it's a show for kids. He wants to stop all the fighting. But Night is a more human... He has a much more human reason for joining. He has to save his girlfriend or else she's going to die, and he makes this terrible decision. That, to me, is so much more interesting.
It'd be so much more interesting if he wasn't so, like, J-drama dickhead about everything.
I mean, that comes with the territory, but if I could swap it, I'd swap that.
He signs this friend of the show, Adam, which I guess you could just assign yourself now.
I guess fucking everyone's a friend of the show. I don't know.
P.S. I will shill the artist I talked to, though. His name is Jordan Gibson, and he's creating a webcomic based on Toku called Mighty Hero Mantis, which I've seen before.
Mighty Hero Man, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, look it up, I guess.
Check it out.
Our next email is from real friend of the show, Graham.
Oh, hey.
Who says, is the Power Rangers movie worse than Kamen Rider the First or the Next?
I'll find
and he
out.
followed up with, is the Power Rangers movie worse than Heisei vs. Showa?
Couldn't possibly.
I couldn't see a world where that's true.
Actually, either of them, I really couldn't see it being that much worse. It looks like a kind of bland action movie.
Well, here's the thing. I think Power Rangers the movie is going to be worse than the first.
Really?
Because the first has beautiful suits and fight choreography, which Power Rangers movie is not going to have.
That's true, but the
it's
first
going to have,
so...
the story of the Power Rangers movie couldn't be as bad as the story of the first.
Yeah, there's no way the writing is going to be as bad, but we already know the suits are pretty shit. The visuals aren't very good.
There's, said something like that I guess is fairly super racist the other day, which was when I was sitting on the couch watching like a preview for a kung fu movie.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a white guy in it, and he threw a kick at the Asian guy, and I was like, man, fucking, I wish white guys weren't in kung fu movies. They're so fucking bad at it. They're so slow.
The white guy is important because he plays... It's always in kung fu movies the bad guy has a big American guy as like the second to last.
Like when it's a wrestler or something.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
trope
absolutely cool. But when like you have a white guy who's supposed to be a kung fu man as well, but he's like half speed to everybody else, that's shit. Get out of here.
That's bad, yeah.
And that's gonna be the Power Rangers movie.
It's gonna be half speed Power Rangers. Check it out.
Our next question.
Get hype.
Is from Alonzo.
Okay.
And he says, hey, my name is Alonzo. I sent 2 emails 2 times, then I forgot to send more. Anyway, for my question, since each of the Ex-Aid movies are using real games for their antagonist, which game or games do you think might appear in the Solo film? Since Superhero Tyson is using both Xevious and Galaxian. Anyway, the podcast is still insert compliment here. Can't wait to hear more.
The Solo Ex-Aid film, what do you think? What classic game? It'd have to be a Namco game.
It would have to be a Namco game, is the thing. And that's tough.
So they had the one crossover movie was Pac-Man.
Yes.
Heisei Generations. The big crossover movie they use in Xevious and Galaxian.
Dig Dug.
Oh, that's not bad. I can see Dig Dug.
They get ballooned to death.
Give him a drill. I love Dig Dug.
I'm a big fan of Dig Dug as well. What if the villain for the Solo movie was the Prince from Katamari Damacy?
Oh my god.
What if the villain was Time Crisis?
What if
the game itself, it was just an arcade cabinet that they just couldn't stop playing.
What about Mappy?
Mappy
is noticeably missing.
This is fucking tiny mouse cop is
mouse
the villain.
Policeman. Yeah. I think, oh god, I could see Mappy as a joke. I could see Dig Dug. Dig Dug is really the most likely one.
What if it was a racing movie and Rally X was the villain?
Rally? It couldn't, yeah.
Or I guess Ridge Racer would be the more obvious one.
Is Ridge Racer Namco?
Yes.
Oh. Bandai Namco does publish Dark Souls.
Oh my god.
There's something to chew on. It's not a retro game, but there's something to chew on.
Dark Souls. Fucking...
They didn't do Demon Souls, but they did Dark Souls.
Emu gets murdered at the beginning of the movie and awakens as a hollow.
It'd be a fight between Emu and Brave, and they'd both be teleporting around randomly, and then Brave would suddenly have a sword in his back.
It's a good thing they didn't do Demon Souls. The villain would have the scraping spear, and they would just obliterate everybody's equipment.
You know, I was that villain when I played Demon Souls.
I know you fucking were. You shithead.
Oh, boy, when I was the old monk, ooh, I had a hell of a time. People would block me, they'd be like, yeah, I'm just blocking. Oh, wait, oh my god.
Oh, my shit's broken.
Oh,
I didn't think somebody could be this much of an asshole.
It was worth it. When I went in, I wasn't planning on it. I was like, yeah, I'll just have a spear. I like spears. I can block while stabbing. And then I put the soul in, and I was like, oh, fuck, a scraping spear. I know about that. I'll just use this shit.
Oh, my God.
It was worth it. It was worth every second. I don't regret it. I'm not sorry.
What a monster. Our next email is from James.
James.
Who
James
says...
the names.
You got a nickname now, James. Enjoy.
There you go.
Maximum Mighty X is amazing. At first I didn't like it because it was big and stupid, but now I love it for the same reason. It's like if Suika arms and Kachidoki fused together, with it being a giant mech like Suika and being actually there and casting off for the final form like Kachidoki. I hate it. He asked what we think, and I hate it. So
when I first saw it, I hated it because it was big and stupid, and now I fucking hate it because it's big and stupid.
There you go. There you have it.
There you go. Yep.
First question. Do you guys believe Dan is really dead? I don't think so. Even when he died on screen, it doesn't feel like he's actually gone. To me, Dan is like one of those guys who have plans even if they die. Like he backed himself up in Kamen Rider Chronicle.
Dun, dun, dun.
That would be awesome. Also, his actor did not receive the flowers, so that's another indicator.
Yeah, I didn't see a picture. Like when Kiria died, there was a photo of that day or the next day of him receiving the flowers, but Dan hasn't gotten the flowers as far as I know.
Yeah, as of now, I've not seen a picture of him with flowers, so I'm thinking he's got to come back somehow.
Who is, like, I'm not going to say anything, but I've seen some scans, and Parrod's got a new form, and it's not Kamen Rider Chronicle, but Kamen Rider Chronicle is coming, so who's that?
Maybe it is Dan. Maybe he is inside the Gashad.
I said I'm not going to say anything, and then I just fucking said everything, but,
wow. Yeah, what a dumbass. Why
maybe he's inside the Gashad.
Secondly, will you guys include Faiz Paradise Lost and Kamen Rider 4 in Moshi Moshi Faiz? Even though 4 is mostly about Drive figuring out while time repeats, the miniseries is also about Faiz and how it changes the ending of Faiz.
Oh.
Maybe?
I didn't know that about Kamen Rider 4. Maybe I will watch it. I'm definitely going to watch Paradise Lost. But
yeah, we'll do Paradise Lost for it.
Kamen Rider 4, yeah, maybe. I'm interested.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll fucking, yeah.
And third, what is the funniest screw-up from the Kamen Rider wiki? It's not there anymore, but on Duke's trivia section on the page, they said he's an obvious reference to SpongeBob, since the villain group was named Every Villain is Lemons.
I saw that shit. Oh, God. We've retweeted a couple times. There's a Twitter, I guess I'll show for them, called KamenRiderWiki.text.
It's amazing.
It's just really dumb shit from the wiki. My favorite thing from the wiki, this isn't, I guess it's not a flood, but they have, like, transformation quotes, like, they'll say, like, oh...
Oh, you mean how, like, every transformation quote is just their name on the whole wiki? Yeah,
but the best one is for double, the quote, it's in quotation marks, it's just a bracket that says, like, upbeat jazz music. And then, that's like a quote. That really got me. That's the funniest thing I've read. I laugh out loud at a lot of shit on there, but that one made me, I fucking died.
The one that made me literally fucking bust a gut, and I might have like tweeted a screen cap of it ages ago, but it's probably down by now. But in the trivia section on Kamen Rider Drive, it said that the type formula, contrary to popular belief, type formula isn't just a reference to a Formula One racer. Its blue collar and ability to use high speeds make it an obvious parallel to Sonic the Hedgehog, which is greatly popular in Japan under the name Soniku the Hedgehogu. And I just pissed all over my couch laughing. Just how, like, indignant it was, contrary to popular belief. And
yeah, you probably
highly
don't know
obvious reference. God damn.
I don't expect the wiki to have like a good... I don't expect Kamen Rider to have a good wiki. No one in America knows what it is. It's not going to have a good English-speaking wiki. But this is way better than I ever could have expected. That's better than I dreamed. There's another one. Shit, I remembered one more. It has obviously shit about Masked Rider in it.
Mm-hmm.
And Masked Rider is so cheap, it uses footage occasionally from J and Zeto. Like, just little...
I know what you're talking about already.
Yeah, just they use, like, little shots. And on the page for Kamen Rider, or for Masked Rider, they're like, oh, sometimes Dex Stewart has a mysterious screen form. And it's got its own article and everything, its own section. You're like, it's why, it's not, it doesn't, it's just a second fucking cheap Saban.
It's just them using footage from Zeto. Calm down.
Yeah, sometimes he has a mysterious green form that's never explained. Shut the fuck up.
That's hilarious.
I love that wiki.
They do have a final question. What is your favorite part from Ghost?
Oh, fuck you.
He says, my favorite part is when Ghost does a crossover with something else and the show becomes good suddenly.
Yeah.
Like when Duo Eagle came and Ghost gained a personality just for that episode.
Just for one episode when he had someone interesting to play off of. How about that?
And when Genom showed up in the last 2 episodes and just styled all over the Ghost Riders.
That was... Oh, I love that.
That was the best.
Yeah.
That was good, and when Spectre wanted to fuck his sister.
I liked the whole arc with Spectre trying to revive his sister, and, oh, what are they going to use the wish for? But of course they ended it in the dumbest way possible, so...
They ended it on, like, episode 8 or something.
Yeah. But, like, when that was building up
stupid.
And was interesting, I liked that. Or Genmu, styling all over everyone. That's up there.
I don't like to think about Ghost. I feel like
I
need a trigger warning every time somebody's going to mention Ghost. I have PTSD flashbacks about it.
Trigger warning: if you're gonna play Betry War Genesis, Ghost is like the main character because he was the one that was on at the time. So you have to play as him a lot.
I've been so triggered. Fucking, if Ghost just disappeared, like if he actually was erased from existence and time, I would be so happy.
Like you said, I try not to think about him real hard, so everything would be the same.
Wouldn't it be crazy if, like, Ghost as a series was erased from all time, and there was just like a year when there wasn't a Kamen Rider, and there was a year when there wasn't a Rider Club Radio?
Would anyone notice?
No one would notice. We have like 6 fans. No one would ever care.
Kamen Rider's taken breaks before. It could happen. Just like the Toei comes out and they're like, we just got nothing this year.
Just sorry everybody, we really dropped the ball on this one.
We got our best minds, and we just got fucking nothing.
If you would like to also have fucking nothing, you can write an email in to us at riderclubradio@gmail.com.
Or you can follow us on Twitter. That's @riderclubradio. No caps, no spaces, no numbers.
It's also going to be very nothing the whole time. You'll get nothing out of that, too.
You'll get nothing out of any of it. It really
you get
is
nothing
terrible.
out of this podcast, either, so...
Don't listen, don't email, don't follow us on Twitter, no matter what you do.
Mass unsubscribe.
It's a zero-sum game. Everyone fuck off.
Probably be good. Release us from this hell. And we'll see you next week.
See ya!
Bye!